The Act talks about pressure or coercion from another person. This is really interesting. It doesn't talk about other types of coercion. What are the coercive forces alive and well in New Zealand? Okay, we know that there are the coercive forces of elderly abuse. That's a very strong coercive force. 90,000 people abused by their loved ones, by their family members, by the institutions in which they are living, etc. Then there are the more sort of subtle forms of abuse or coercion, like the situation that you just described, where people are just made to feel that they're a burden on their loved ones. There are the coercive forces of being lonely. 1 in 5 elderly New Zealanders identify as being extremely lonely, according to a University of Otago report a few years ago. There are the coercive forces of marginalisation from family or whānau. There are the coercive forces of failures in the healthcare system, people who have been neglected by the healthcare service. There are the coercive forces of market forces in the healthcare system. We've had a number of media personalities over the years champion the cause of people who have been denied pharmac funding that could keep them alive for years. We've seen it with breast cancer. We've just seen it this year with Keytruda. And now they are saying, we're not going to fund it. So that means that 1,800 people who are dying from lung cancer every year will no longer be able to get Keytruda, will not be able to get Keytruda funding from pharmac that could keep them alive for years. There was a report that came out of Canada where it was commissioned independently, and it concluded just 2 years into the euthanasia regime there that the Canadian government could save conservatively $130 million a year through the euthanasia process. That was assuming that everybody died within a week of their natural death. Go and look at the story of Barbara Wagner in Oregon. Barbara Wagner was a 64-year-old lung cancer patient. Her doctor said, look, with this particular medication, if you get funding for it, it'll keep you alive for years. Her insurance company, which, by the way, was a state insurance company, it refused to fund her medication and instead offered her suicide pills for $50.